Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I sort of thought I had to compare the original He-Man with the Wun Dar and anti-Eternian He-Man figures, because there's sort of a comparison really to be made. Now, Wun Dar, of course, the story of Wun Dar is very complicated, or at least it was for a long time. People could not work out where he came from. The rumour was that he came from a Wonder Bread offer. What eventually turned out to be true was that he was part of a 3 for 1 deal, or a buy 2 get 1 free, where you'd send in coupons or vouchers or something, and they'd send you out a new He-Man figure. And they started sending out this weird recoloured He-Man, and some people weren't happy about that, and one mother complained, and they stopped sending him out, and they started sending out Mechaneck, and not Mechaneck, Manny-Faces, and then they started putting the weapons that came with him and put them with Manny-Faces. So you had Manny-Faces with a separate weapons pack, and you had the regular one. And I think some of the stock went out to people just to give away for free as part of deals, and it did go to someone who, at least on the store level, had a deal with Wonder Bread, where if you bought like Wonder Bread, you get a He-Man figure. So that's where someone got one from, and that's how the idea came from, the Wonder Bread offer. But that wasn't really where it came from. So he got called Wun Dar, and he got included in Classics, included in Revelations, and now he's part of the lore, and I finally got a figure. I considered repainting a He-Man for years, because the original Wun Dars were hard to find and incredibly expensive. But once I found out they're doing an Origins one, I was happy to have an Origins one instead. Now with Anti-Eternia He-Man, I think that came from the German audio comics or something, or audio stories. Basically, he comes from a planet of opposites where he's evil, and I think it's Castle Hellscare something. I can't remember. I read a little bit about him, but I can't remember it. I'm going to actually have to do a bit of research on it. But yeah, so he's black with orange parts. Oddly enough, his weapons and his sword, I mean his bracelets and his belt and his harness are all orange, but his shoes are this sort of maroony sort of colour, but like his hair. His eyes kind of glow red. They're that orangey red with little white centres, and they actually finally got him into the animated series in a way with the video that James E. Talk made, that has, I don't think it's gotten through its issues with Mattel not wanting them to show it, basically rights and so forth, and so I don't know if we're ever going to see that, but we've seen a couple of clips of him fighting and animated, and he's interesting, but it's very hard to show detail. They really need to have some light shining on him, because he just blacks out, because you can't see the lines because his skin's black. So they should have gone a little bit lighter, or basically had some shadows or something. But yeah, I just wanted to compare them, and they've done a very accurate face sculpt. The body's pretty the same. The shoulders are a bit rounder. That's about it. And I really like the look of Wun Dar, and Anti-Eternia He-Man has his own sort of thing as well. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I think they look great. I'm just glad I have them, as well as Faker. I probably should have added Faker in there, but I compared Faker to the original Faker. So, but I don't mind recoloring some of the figures sometimes. Sometimes it just works, and I enjoy them. Other times it does feel cheap and exploitative. But it all depends. I guess all in the eye of the beholder, or the owner.